if Nigeria was a working society, if Nigeria was a working country, if Nigeria was a sane country, a man like Wike should be behind bars.
You just throw people behind bars?
No.
Prosecuting
No.
them?
You make sure that you keep people within the law. You do not let people think they are above the law or they have grown beyond the constitution of the country.
What has he done to the offender?
A whole lot. Wike has messed up both democracy, both his own state, River State, even the FCT here.
With all the roads and the
I
and
said
the projects.
even the FCT here. You know my happiness when I was invited for this is I'll be brutal. That is why when I look at Peter, when I look at RUFAI, when I look at ATIKU, I ask them a question: why are you people scared of confronting this government? What are you scared of? Prison? To hell with prison!
You are ready to go to prison.
What are you saying?
But why do you think that this government will throw anybody into prison?
Because they've been doing it.
With who?
With a whole lot of people.
Who?
So raised my very good friend. I was in court with him last week. A man like RUFAI had a meeting in Kaduna. Thugs went and disrupted the place. So do you know what that means? That means that we as citizens, we can no longer organize to plan to install government. But we are in charge as government. We will not allow you to do anything legitimate to remove us. Malami's vehicles convoy was attacked a few days ago. I saw a party that wasn't ready to fight. And you are not an opposition if the government of the day doesn't fear you. You are not you are a failed opposition if actions and policies can be implemented and you are not taken into consideration. Like today, I can remove fuel subsidy without a thought as to what your reaction will be. You are a failed opposition. So we drew up a strategy document, gave it to all the NW's members in PDP, from the national chairman, national deputy chairman, every member of the NWC. We told them, okay, this is how we're going to engage the APC government of Buhari every month, every 3 months, every half year. We gave a timeline. Said, okay, it was the PDP's first time in the opposition, right? So they were new to the opposition game. So we drew up a strategy document and said, okay, you should not only engage the government, you should also engage the people. See, the government that came in already painted you as as the most corrupt party in Nigeria, right? So there was already a narrative about the party. It's now your responsibility to turn that narrative against those who made that against you. Unfortunately, we had people who were comfortable as opposition, and I wasn't comfortable in my comfortability. And myself and a couple of people, in fact, almost everybody that I told them that I was leaving have left now.
Who are those?
A whole lot of them. Even
Chief Olisametu, who is your leader?
I said a whole lot of Olisametu left before the last election. We discussed it. A whole lot of them. See, things are easy in Nigeria, right? If you're smart enough, you can actually predict where politics is going. Okay? So if you're dealing with people who are more interested in just themselves and everything, you're wasting your time and you're wasting everybody's time. I wasn't ready to waste my own time. I decided to just be on my own. I mean, I'm a Nigerian. You can't deny me my citizenship. But to say I'm a member of PDP, no, I refuse to take that dirty tag on me.
So you gave up on the PDP?
Absolutely.
Do you think that the PDP, they see any hope in that
No, there's no hope. There's no hope.
As far as you're concerned, it's a dead party.
No, it's a dead party. Whatever they are doing now, whatever the PDP is doing now, is a joke. In 2027, I see a situation where there will be two factions.
Of the PDP?
Just take note of this. There will be two factions. And everything I've said since 2015, I've come to pass both within the PDP and the APC. There will be two factions. There will be the Wike faction and there will be the PDP other faction, right? Now, there will most likely be a judicial pronouncement, right? Confirming the Wike faction as the only faction that can sell nomination forms. So it is the Wike faction that will bring the candidate of the PDP.
your position now is predicated on what basis?
On records in the last 2 years.
You don't seem to be a fan of Wike, anyways. You've heavily criticized him on your Twitter handle.
I was not just a fan of Wike. When Wike stood for the truth, when he fought against a federal government that was overbearing, I traveled to Port Harcourt. Myself, my driver, my security, we drove by road because we didn't find any ticket. We drove from Abuja through Anambra to Port Harcourt in 2016. For the rerun, I was shot at in defense of Wike and the rest. He stood on the right part of history. Wike fought against government imposition, federal government imposition, manipulation of the election. I was in Port Harcourt live.
Oh, you almost lost your life.
I almost lost my life. I was live in Port Harcourt. I drove.
All because of Wike.
All to fight for democracy, or because we felt Wike was also on, you know, when he was in PDP, he was always, oh, Buhari is an evil man, blah, blah. You know, anyone who stands for the truth, no matter the risk, we will take that risk with you. When after the convention in 2021, right? And Alimadi Sharif was removed. That was December 3rd or something in Port Harcourt. And Alimadi Sharif was removed, right? And he tried to come back and take over Wadata House, right? I was the one that Wike actually appealed to make sure Alimadi Sharif did not gain access to Wadata House. I was the one who locked Wadata House. For 13 days, the key of Wadata House was in my house.
Against Alimadi Sharif?
Against Alimadi Sharif. So I was the one who got the police to block Wadata House. Me. The key to Wadata House, PDP headquarters, was with me for 13 days. So I was the one who did it. So
you once believed in Wike, but now
I once believed Wike when he was on the right path of politics.
But right now?
Right now, the man that I see is no longer the man that I used to know.
Who do you see now?
He's a man that has lost it.
In what sense?
In every sense. Wike has no bearing. He has no connection. He has no understanding of what governance is. He understands power, but he does not understand governance. He understands power in the sense that if you look at the results sheet that came out of Rivers State in the last election, you will weep for this country. I have some of them. The mutilation of result sheet just to arrive at a predetermined end of making Fubara governor, of making sure that Tinubu got certain percentage from the state, that was a joke taken too far.
About this mutilation you're talking about, they were challenged, they were discussed, they were debated in court, up to the Supreme Court.
Okay, now I'm going to say this, right? Those mutilations, if they are, or rather, if they were handled by a proper judiciary, not a judiciary that has been politicized, a man like Wike should be in prison.
Based on what? Why would you throw him in prison? Why?
Because I was in Rivers, and I can tell you, Sheung, Wike's only claim to to power is his relationship with the president. What Wike did in 2023, what happened in Rivers in 2023, should have him in prison. No, I'm not going to mince. I'm not going to I'm not going to try to subpedal on this or say softly. I'm going to be very blunt and I'm going to be very candid about it. The mess that happened in Rivers.
And you blame Wike for it?
There were voice recordings of him even threatening to kill an INEC official who came from Plateau or thereabout.
And these are you've been able to authenticate this?
Let him, you see, whatever I say, one thing I've done is every time I attack him, I attack you with fact. If Wike feels what I'm saying is wrong, you should take me to court. Please, we'll go past that. If Nigeria was a working society, if Nigeria was a working country, if Nigeria was a sane country, a man like Wike should be behind bars.
You just throw people behind bars?
No.
Prosecuting
No.
them?
You make sure that you keep people within the law. You do not let people think they are above the law or they have grown beyond the constitution of the country.
What has he done to the offender?
A whole lot. Wike has messed up both democracy, both his own state, Rivers State, even the FCT here.
With all the roads and the
projects. Even the FCT here. You know my happiness when I was invited for this is I'll be allowed to say things the way they are. Currently in the FCT, right? Wike works with only four directors. So the 2025 budget of the FCT that is currently being implemented, right? I am daring Wike to bring all the directors in the FCT to say if any one of them contributed to the formulation of that budget, to the preparation of that budget. For the first time in the FCT, an FCT budget was prepared without the input of directors in the FCT. Wike works with only 4 directors in the FCT. Director of Lands, Chijoke. Director of Procurement, Director of Finance, and Director of Development Control. Those are the only 4 people he works with. All other directors, and I am saying this, please, me, Henry Shield, I am in Abuja, I'm not going anywhere. If Wike feels what I'm saying is wrong, I stay in the Kokoma, he should come and arrest me. Wike has bastardized the FCT.
In your own view?
Not in my view, in anybody's view. How do you run a budget without the input of the directors who are supposed to be the implementers of the budget?
But nobody is talking in the FCT.
Because they are scared of him. I am not scared of Wike. I am not scared of him. I'm telling you, if I meet him now, I will tell him to his face.
But doesn't mean that what you're saying is right.
But what I'm saying is true. It does not mean to be right. It just needs to be true. And if it is not true, they said he has the court. Please come and take me to the court. Please. There are so much to be exposed about this man in the FCT.
Let me ask you. You look at what is happening, and your predictions about what is going to happen in 2027. You tweeted with the prediction that the PDP might endorse President Tinubu for a second time in 2027.
Absolutely.
Are you saying the PDP has lost the will to be an opposition party, or do you have insider information suggesting a quiet deal is already in motion?
The insider information that I had was about 4 or 5 months ago from top that if certain things weren't done, that they will make sure that the PDP did not produce a presidential candidate in 2027. And this I'm saying from when I mean top from the top. Right? Now, that's number one. The intention is to keep, because the man we just finished talking about is in, you can't even say what party he belongs to, whether he's in APC, whether he's in PDP. Now, PDP made a very fatal mistake in during their last convention, right? They allowed Wike to choose members of the NWC. I spoke to some of the leaders of the party. In fact, I spoke to a former presidential candidate of the party, and I asked him, I said, Excellency, why wouldn't you have an input in the nomination of NWC members? He said, no, please allow the governors to make a choice. I do not want to be seen as imposing. Wike brought nominated somebody from the south, where he's from. Wike chose for us in the southeast. He chose.
Who did he choose?
Senator Sam Anyanwu. Sam Dadi, who is the current secretary of the PDP.
Well, Sam Dadi is a man of himself.
You are not getting the point. Everybody is a man of himself. See,
so you are saying that Wike determined he unpicked.
He imposed. He did not pick. He imposed.
Sam Dadi.
On Southeast caucus of the PDP. He imposed. He insisted it must be Sam Dadi. Why do you think there's an issue currently? Even in the South. He is still insisting that it must be what's his name in the South? I remember the man's name. That it must be that guy, this huge guy that follows him about, like what do you call it? Wike, see, there's something about, okay, you just want to be okay as a politician, you want to win. There's something about madness, the total loss of sanity, that it is either my way. Since 2015, Wike has been imposing PDP chairman. Nobody else. So when I see people say ATIKU is the problem, Peter Obi is the problem of PDP, I laugh. Wike has single-handedly been imposing the chairman of PDP since 2015.
You think he imposed secondaries?
I don't understand. Not only did he impose him, he actually sponsored secondaries to become the national chairman.
Who again did
he imposed Alimodi Sheriff. In fact, let me tell you about Alimodi Sheriff. The night Alimodi Sheriff was appointed as the national chairman of PDP, I was there in Asokoro, Ondo State Governor's Lodge. I was there. In fact, I dropped a member of the NWC around 2 a.m. I was the one who called the former Minister of Aviation and pleaded with him to call Ribadu. No Ribadu, current NSA. He was to be the national chairman of PDP because he had indicated interest. So I called the former Minister of Aviation, who asked me to stay close to the man, that, please, you need to call Ribadu to please, that he needs to be at this meeting, right? That he needs to come, that people will support him. Mimiko, to his own glory, stood against Alimodi Sheriff as national chairman of PDP. The governor of Bayelsa, Seriake Dixon, stood against it. But every other person supported it, including Wike. Every other person. You know what Alimodi Sheriff promised them? Oh, I have so and so private jet, number of private jets. If I am elected chairman of PDP today, by next week I will be on CNN fighting Buhari. Me, I was not told. I was there at the Ondo State Governor's Lodge in Asokoro the day he was elected. And I told them, this is a mistake. You just lost an election because of perception, public perception about the party. People believe you are the most corrupt, most dirty party. You should have gotten a chairman who is number one, young, who is number two, who has no baggage coming in. This same PDP, in fact, the man I went to drop, the NWC member I went to drop in his house, I was telling him, I said, but you, with your position, you were the one that called Alimodi Sheriff sponsor of Boko Haram. He said, she'll leave that thing. The man said he would do this, he would do that. I am telling you the things that brought out the mess that PDP is irredeemable. Me, I am telling you, there are people in Walata House that are taking their monies, that are taking their salaries every month from. If you are in PDP, yeah, maybe at the state level, local government, yeah, you can be able to do all of it. But at the federal, if you are in PDP at the federal, you are APC.
So PDP is an APC arm.
It's not. They are not even hiding it now.
Really?
I don't understand.
But you hear what they say. You hear Governor Bala Mohammed.
He's the only one. Listen, Governor Bala Mohammed happens to be so. See, he's working alone. His own colleague governors. People that are supposed to be in the PDP governors forum together with him are even selling out on him.
Really?
Do you know, as I'm talking to you now, there's a particular fund that was given to state government about 3 months ago. Bauchi State Zone has not been given to them because it stood against Tinubu.
What fund is that?
I will remember, don't worry. They sent it to me, I will remember. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bala has taken a lot of it. A whole lot of it for the PDP. And I keep asking you, enter my team, what are you doing in PDP? You are the only one fighting for this party. Look at what him and Wike were doing 2-3 days ago. Exchanging banters. The same thing that happened to you last time when you went to Rivers to go and witness the inauguration of local government chairman by Fubara. Wike came out and said that even he will set on fire in his state. But last seems to be the only one that is fighting for PDP.
But, I mean, you hear what Damaguma said. Look, that they will not allow the party. That anyone who is trying to infiltrate or destroy the party, they will not allow it. Senator Bala Mohammed, the governor of Bauchi, said he's insisting. It does look like all of a sudden the party died and resurrected. No. Because we thought that the party was really going to be in a big trouble. But see what happened. They got together, affirmed Damagum as the authentic chairman, as the substantive chairman. Yeah. Again, they decided on the convention, they decided on the zoning. It looks like the PDP is even moving faster and more progressive than in terms of its activity and its future is moving fast. They've said in November 15, 16 for the convention in Oyo State, they've said to the world that this is where we are going in 2027. Isn't that progressive enough? We thought that the party had died, but it looks like it was resurrecting.
Okay, see, like I said, to his credit, Governor Bala is actually is trying a lot. He's the only hope that party has, right? And I will say this thing, right? Whatever he is doing, whatever Governor Bala is, I want to be on record, whatever Governor Bala or anybody else is doing, it takes just one singular judicial pronouncement to cancel everything. Do you know what it took for them to get Sam Dadi to append the signature to INEC for them to hold their next meeting? Sheon, please don't let me say it here.
What?
I will not say it.
But Nigerians need to know.
Do you know what it took the governors of PDP to get Sam Dadi, National Secretary of PDP, to append the signature? A whole National Secretary of the party held the party by the jugular until certain concessions, not normal concessions, not something you say, okay, we'll sign. Until very unholy concessions were made.
Like what?
I wouldn't say it. Unholy concessions.
Who were the people who made these unholy concessions?
Peter Obi has finally been vindicated. PDP active members speak and spew all the truth, all the plug that Wike have about Labour Party, Peter Obi. Hey, you know, they sit well. He said everything. Anyways, you watch the video. What is your opinion, my audience? Let me know in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe to U-N2 Media. It's all about politics and also trending celebrity gist. I would love to see you in my next video. For now, peace out. Mwah, kisses. Stay blessed and remain blessed.